Right, I'm only asking, sir. The see here Onua Hopeson Adorye omoche na Onua na nsa Onua okọ to man bail. Okoduru fie on yiri di nkomo na wo kire say it's as a man popular, everybody was talking about him. Now it's something that somebody would take 30 years and so to me aye bibi exercise like a milestone. And America say what is happening? The Okan man police for beche no. Would you say in terms of the issue at stake, one would say it's something you should laugh about, or you should take it like it's glory?
No. Look, in terms of issue at stake, no. Mamin Chiao for no help for never be a video Columbia. In terms of issue at stake, no, we need something that you should play with, and as we will make it fun of it and a mockery of it. Every offense is an offense, and you have to be careful what you say, especially after you've been charged with an offense. You have to be extremely careful, and you're sure that the lawyers will advise him that he has to be careful on what he says, because it's not something that you, especially when you have been brought before a court, you can only end up making your case worse. So personally, if I were his lawyer, Kameka say you shouldn't be making statements like that.
Right. Yankos the case at stake. Charges being and a post for the abono, and with a comment like that, charge being a police. Ebetim the abono.
Look, from what I have heard, in fact, I must concede who actual charge seat no. But the Martin say you're charging with publication of false news.
Yes.
You're allowed to publish news, but it must not be false. It means that so call police almost to no. Almost for a view that as no bit TV so so. Otherwise they will not have charged him with publication of false news. Because someone who said they would have charged him with a far more serious offense. Arsonist, detonation of explosive IE device, offense. And the man charging with any of that, a presupposed to say, police for more abuse, the record TV so was false.
That is why I asked that the charge and then what possibly omitting their charges. So be kokase where wakoto dynamite atu baby possible charge ebeye den ye charge ye dia bonwa.
Oh, sir, if it's true, say he committed that offense, and I say he claims to have done what he did, if it's not charging with arsonist, for example, and I say
lawyer say you charging with den.
But what say?
What's he about charging with dying?
Arsonist. I mean, causing fear and panic in actually committing an offense. You see, no. Matisse say various versions of it. Matisse was say Wajan or Ghana, no Togo. I'm not sure so what here.
Yes, that was another station after Okwa Cry FM. And Oka yes it was Togo, no prevented Togolese, so maybe to Ghana. But the first conversation, Cry FM, no, that conversation was definite, and it was as if you got two dynamite, will vote a region.
And I don't know, it raises so many. A Kwame Adofo dynamite, has he got a license to hold that dynamite? And now the next one is did that actually happen? Yet Ghana high. Yet he say you two dynamite be Ghana and now he was just bluffing. So what we could charge and so in fact what two dynamite without any evidence. So I don't recall say in the last election we to dynamite baby and as we complaining here to bomb baby. It's not just it means it's a likelihood no. He's just bluffing. And on that didn't about see publication of false news no. Because there's no evidence that it's you It is you Ghana had here. Why are you bragging say you did ABC? That never happened. I just over here. What that's all. Also, the son that I never come as Messi. No about until was Mekum Nipano. That never really happened. And it happens if it never happened and you come out to say you've done it, it means you are publishing false news. And therefore you have to be charged with that. It will be difficult for anybody to charge him with arsonist and I say throwing of bombs and I say any of those serious offenses because it never really happened. And see what baby are. There were like 2 bombs. I will Ghana. Applaud baby. I see Ampa. And one knows to say wapa. Because one then you can charge with that offense. Also, what did they make us?
Yeah, I do.
Because the whole country knows that it never happened. No? You cannot charge with that offense because it never really happened.
So what does the law say in terms of false publication? Bibi Sano Emran is saying and possible outcome a bit me.
Emran say a misdemeanor, son Emranica. Misdemeanor, just a offense and the maximum punishment at the money is 3 years. It's so from 0 to 3 years. It could be a warning, it could be anything, but it should not be more than 3 years in jail. And say in case they are able to make a case against him for publication of false news, maximum punishment between the money is 3 years because it's described as a misdemeanor.
Right. So no na aban na a charging say yes sir. When I say government, yes. I mean the
police. Police for they do it in the name of aban. And the police for na charging with publication of false news. And you're charging with that offense. No, they now need to go and take him to the court, which they have done. Court, no, and a court no are granting the bail. And they say no, the court will set a date to try him for that offense. And if the police is able to make a case against him, that's a judge, and finding him guilty. A fair and never punishment. And the punishment will be anything up to 3 years.
Right, court actually I think June 26th, and I be free this case but maybe because 20,000 with 2 sureties, and I say it's kind of form. Is it because of charge? Does the charge determines the bail conditions?
Absolutely. Obi charge be a hefty charge. Likelihood of him running away high. And a charge be is the lower end of the scale. And should I just charge a mood? And I feel the person, is he likely to run away? Is he more likely to come and defend the charge? There's no need to even demand a very high bail bond. Sometimes you can even, but when you have the court, they are likely the court to put some conditions on it. But they're not likely say Hopeson Adorye with his caliber, any political clout, any lifestyle, or yiri or ma, and they're likely to be joining. So in those circumstances, you don't impose conditions that are too onerous. Because when you be out, everybody knows him. And we're media friendly. And yeah, dear, hopes to bet me a free room, Wabra won't go radio. So, come on, them cry. And you can see, say, such a person, he's not going to run away.
Right.
You set the minimum possible for him, conditions for him.
My education get to be. You set a minimum condition, and I say bail terms, sir. Not yet discuss to swat. Yeah, this is a no police station. Says, "Can me,
Debbie.
What do we do?
Debbie. And one say, Bill, no, a year, a boy that is 20 million Ghana cedis. And the rep will be a, you can't justify it, yeah. There will be a word of a year, a bedroom, 20 million Ghana cedis. Say, in case of so, you're right, which Macoton says, Cano.
So what? You have to present Japadian to the police station or court?
Just documents.
Okay.
If you okra car, on the 20,000 gradia. Car back okra 20,000. And you do car papers qua. Yeah, more sign. So car we registration and so they have a ho. But your mom could chase the car physical cash. And then go be criminal now crab more identity car aba. No, the barbecue we are with Johnny. Normally they wrong homopobia. Yeah, you share pony a corner, obey the number. And yes, you cannot per se. Never go because we have millions of citizens. No corner bonda. No, why you move 100,000. No, they are move via barbecue. No, they don't need the money. The whole point is that whether the person will come and defend the case and answer stand trial. That is the objective of bail and bond and conditions. Objective in answer the problem.
Right. Right, JB will have so beside question, JB.
Council, Rebecca say in the face of the law, I say, Kwafo say ye DM ran who agro kakra because now as a political influence, ye fam running chichireno because wakwe see. China so belonging to that particular the same political party is a different story. One particular example here, time of Pahini, now the president said all die be die. Nobody saw anything wrong with that. Now, and then Hopeson Adorye say wakoto dynamite to influence people from voting. Now you hear the same Emrana. I said the Emrana who agro kakra. I don't know what the law says about that.
Okay, so if loyalty yanka.
Because all die be die. On council akukum nipa. On council akako commit offense. So what you say? And because boot for boot. On council akukum nipa. On council akako commit any offense. I say Hopeson Adorye in the dance on in the sense. What say? What to dynamite? Ewo baby. So you ask yourself, say, Obi et pianum to yes, I go to dynamite. Is it an offense? Is it something that is allowed in Ghana? So if the answer is yes, it's an offense, yeah, then you have to charge the person. But if the answer says no, you see, Onua say wa committee BB, which in law turns out to be an offense. I don't think about my charging baby. Now, empty talker and constitutional offense. So because the Kumu Obi. That's in fact, the partner is still alive. The person is not dead. You cannot charge me with the offense of killing that person who is not dead. Many of us not the Jamaican.
Yeah.
So why you be business here? I don't think I'm going to charge Hopeson with any such offense. What to damage now? Because it never really happened. I can see a pen say, hey, go over to do a blow or vote a whole baby. And one know to say what bad you have to so there, and then this guy will be in trouble.
Right.
But because it never happened, you can only charge him with publication of false news.
Lawyer, I'm found quite Kevin Diemutel, not Yen Fancy. May quite Kevin Dienum because or to know after or interview. Now it seems he's a bit frustrated. Angry because a case of treason is as heavy as minim any other. I'll bet me they are compared. Minim whether justice no. I don't know. I don't have to let you as in judging the matter. But what do you think about that particular case? How it's going? Oliver.
Okay.
Oliver.
Look, treason is an offense. It's only tried at the High Court. There are only 3 judges in the team in decided cases of treason because and only one of the highest offense against the state.
Yeah.
Meaning you want to overthrow the state. And in fact, judge back over they do as judges and they do as if that is what he's facing there, it means that there are 3 panel of judges. And so whether whether it constitutes treason. A constitutes treason there, you know what the penalty is.
Yes.
Death penalty. It is a very serious offense. But normally, I can only leave it at that because when there's a case pending,
yes,
we do stage so
what could make a case like that drag? That's how we are seeing it. As a case,
what would make
a case like that no drag? As a check, yeah, two asheda, or tonight two asheda, and the chair two asheda.
Nana, yeah, judicial system, no, that's the way it runs. Running very slowly. Unfortunately, in Penisa, let me say in Penisa, but sometimes you have no choice. For example, end of July, the court is going on such recess. Meaning, say, from July to October, there will be no serious matter from the court, High Court upwards. It means that 3-4 months it's out of the calendar. And they say, they are charged with treason. That's a ne. You don't go to the High Court. The chances are before October, nothing will happen. So what I say?
Yes.
It's a system, no. No, I don't think all of us like it. Maybe an active player. But I'm not happy. Say it's slow. But that's the way it is. I would wish that for him to get the speedy justice. And for the lawyers to also do it fast. But unfortunately, we call case the Amidio Kumasi. Judge, all of us are doing. Is there what there's nothing we can do. We just have to wait till a new judge comes in. New judge is Zuba. I say that you proceedings no doctor. And even though we want the case fast, sometimes we will say a new act of nature between a delay. So this is what I can say about
say Cocoa Board in sense, me a year opuni
I know over 7 years. Opuni case over 7 years. Judges bear me and son at national. Yeah, will be taking 1 point with the choir could do Supreme Court. No, almost Abba. Oh, and if you are not technicalities, lawyers use technicalities. But what do you mean, the lawyer should not use the technicality if it's going to favor his client.
Yeah.
It's in a delay. Nanka, papa, yeah, papa, 3 months, papa, it will be fantastic. It will be desirable for all of us. Who hears a year, acquire so cool MP?
Aye, sexy dondo.
It's 2014, 2015. Up to now, it means nothing because the system is slow. It's a hard thing. Let me say I don't enjoy it, but that is the way it is.
Right, lawyer, me now say another person or bread now only to drink more and another pay lawyer Kwame Adofo. As usual, thank you so much. I mean, council.
Onua 95.1 FM. 95.1 FM. Yeah,